Good day, welcome to your most preferred YouTube channel, Nation Voice Tower. My name is Angelo, your anchor. Yes, we've been doing this for so long, and I would like to say a very big appreciation to our subscribers and our viewers for your support over time. We love you, and we will continue to do what we do and what is right, so that Nigeria will be better. All right, it doesn't matter wherever you are, you could make Nigeria better anytime, any day. Straight to the matter of the day. I have sources that have confirmed the information and evidences, and also I have lots of secret files about some people in government. This time around, I'm talking about the former government of President Muhammadu Buhari. Why are we talking about these people? The budget of the country over time has risen without any reason that is very tangible, or without any tangible reason. All right, from 2020 we've been having a certain amount of budget or a certain amount of money for our budget allocation, and then over time now we are ranging to trillions of naira, because lots of parastatals and lots of ministries have started laundering money through this budget. They inflate the prices of their budget, and when it comes, the heads of these ministries share the money among themselves and make away with the remainder. All right, so we have this was brought to our notice, and we decided to share with our most lovely viewers. Now, sources of investigation have revealed a long lost and forgotten fraud case that that now serves as a template for Nigerian government to inflate the price of the budget. Now, this is the main reason why the annual budget of Nigeria increases year by year. This happened within 2019 and 2020, and that was when this issue began. We started having outrageous amounts of budgets everywhere till what we have today. Now, it all began in 2020, let me say 2019, end of 2019 to 2020, and from the 2020 budget, the in-law to President Muhammadu Buhari, who is the head of the Border Community Development Agency, BCDA, that is Captain Junaid Abdullahi, had his budget increased from the normal 3.73 billion naira to 5.46 billion naira in a massive inflation of budget price by the National Assembly. Why was the budget for his agency increased? Why did it skyrocket in a matter of hours? And it did not just increase, it increased by a whooping sum of over almost 2.5 billion naira. Why will a budget for an agency increase like that without physical evidence or without reasons? This is what we are checking. In the same vein, the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, Alhaji Dikko Umaru Rada, who is now the governor of Katsina State, also had his budget increased from 14.85 billion naira from the normal 11.02 billion naira that his agency normally collects. All right, why was this budget increased? Why all of a sudden? All right, so in 2020 this was actually, well, they saw the loophole, or they saw the COVID-19 pandemic as a loophole, and also the NSAS as a loophole to skyrocket or to increase lots of budgets, because the attention of people were not really on this budget anymore. People's attention and the world attention was drawn to the NSAS saga and the COVID-19 that was trying to envelop Nigeria then. So these parastatals and agencies used this particular medium to inflate their prices of budget, and then use that medium to launder money through the heads of these agencies. Now, this is also known as corporate and organized laundering, okay? Because this particular fund, over 3.5 billion, founded by the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, headed by Dikko Umaru Rada, is allegedly, or was supposedly, or was purportedly used to fund his campaign. the same campaign that made him emerge as governor of Katsina State in the 2023 general elections. Because I see he has been out of office. I think he was out of office sometime a year ago or 2 years ago. But why will his funds now increase in such a manner? How much is the salary of the Director General of the Small Medium Enterprises Development Agency? How much is it? What does he have to have funded an election? All right, that is what we are saying. Now, a proof from Premium Times magazine or Premium Times Daily on the 20th day of November 2020 reported, and I read from the caption, as you can see, how agency headed by Buhari's in-law, that is talking about the agency now, talking about the Border Community Development Agency, BCDA, made suspicious payments to officials. Now, from a caption, under the caption, the first paragraph read that, it reads that regards of payments or records of payments, in regards of records of payments made by the Border Community Development Agency, BCDA, in the last quarter of 2019 have shown that 4 staff or 4 staffers of the agency were illegally paid 39 million naira. Now, why were they paid 39 million naira? Even the Premium Times newspaper suspected that amount of money. 4 staffers paid 39 million naira. Why? Now, this reference is for your comprehension and for your comparison. Okay, so I would urge you, please go on the publication of Premium Times of the 20th day of November 2020, so you'll understand and have a better grip of this information, so that it won't be as if we're accusing these people. This particular information is what happened, and they know this. We'll continue to follow this up. But surprisingly, Diko Umaru, rather, is now the governor of Katsina State. There was something fishy, and there would always be something fishy. The APC government has finished Nigeria, and they are still on course. Let's just hope that we don't go into extinction anytime soon. We don't pray for that, though. Now, in another development, in a gathering of legal warheads and lots of dignitaries and lots of security agency officers, Wole Olanipekun, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and the counsel to Bola Ahmed Tinubu during the ongoing presidential elections petitions tribunal, made a speech. And in this speech, he spoke, I think he didn't know anything to speak about, or he left every other thing and he spoke about the presidential elections petitions tribunal. Now, what he said was appalling. And from what he's saying, he's telling Nigerians to desist from tribalism, ethnic bigotry, and all that. But I guess he doesn't really know, or he knows, but he has decided to hide under the fact that he doesn't know the people who are behind ethnicity, ethnic bigotry, and tribalism in Nigeria. His advices seem to be candid, but I don't agree with him, because what he stands for in court tells of his personality. I beg your pardon. So I would say ordinarily that whatever he was doing in that gathering and whatever he was saying was paid for. So watch and listen to Wole Olanipekun while he made the, I would say, controversial speech during that gathering.
2023 general elections, which have generated a lot of controversies. I must confess, and most humbly, that in my over 7 decades as a Nigerian, and with the benefit of hindsight of having witnessed my first election when I was in Form 1 in 1965, through the other elections, I've not seen any election that has generated so much heat, so much controversy, hatred, abuses, intolerance, curses, and again, queuing after the Honorable Attorney General and K.K. Gassama and Shifa Woman, queuing after them, I'm not saying before them, have handled some election matters. Defending from presidents, from Yaradua, to Jonathan, to Buhari, and now to President Tinubu. The question is this: why? It is because we key more into our tribal nationalities than the Nigerian enterprise. Let us face it. There is a proverb in Yoruba land that if two children of the same parents, they are quarreling, they lock themselves into a room, and now when the door is opened, they smile. They have not spoken truth to themselves. An average Yoruba man, an average Hausa Fulani man, an average Igbo man, an average Chekri man will first of all want to say, I key into my ethnic nationality before Nigeria. It doesn't happen in America. It doesn't happen in Britain. It doesn't happen in Canada. In Canada, they have also diverse nationalities, the French and the English. But there is a nation that binds them together. When are we getting there? And how do we get there? There is much disunity in this country. In America, diversity in unity. Our own is diversity in disunity. Let's face it. Theirs is diversity in unity. Ours is diversity in disunity. And it's part of the takeaways that we have to think of. And I'm happy. Ministers are here. Leaders of our forces are here. Then how do we do it? I don't have the solution. But the solution is for us to think first. Like JFK said, think what you can do to America, not what America can do for you. Are we ready to leave this venue today to say that, okay, we're going to say we think more or first of what the country can do for us, not what we can take from the country. But we can only do that also. The right conditions precedent. If leaders are the led, if we have a change of heart. President Tinubu said a lot of things. He's been talking and he's saying the right thing. But there is a difference between saying it and walking the talk. And it's not a walk in the park. Seriously. He said, ministers, you have not been appointed by me to serve your ethnic nationalities. Good talk. Ministers, you have not been appointed by me to come and look the treasury. Good talk. The vice president said, and rightly too, that Nigeria is in a mess economically. We are in a mess.
Yes, okay, that was Olanipekun there. Well, any other person that represents Tinubu in court, I don't regard such a person. Yes, because if he had regard for, or if he wanted regards from Nigerians and from any other person, he wouldn't be representing such a person in court, and he wouldn't stand for lies. All right, so I detest people like Wole Olanipekun. Although he was highly respected, but right now I think I don't have a respect for people like that, because if you think that we are yet to establish the fact that the election was flawed, we all saw this. Everybody saw what happened during the election time. So why will you stand up to defend such a person? I take utmost reservations and utmost objections to whatever he said in that speech. Now, finally, there is wahala and problem for Dangote, Glo, and the MTN, because the National Assembly has opted to probe all tax waivers that were granted to companies by the former government of President Muhammadu Buhari. At least now, the National Assembly have done something noteworthy. Let's hope they complete it. What am I trying to say? All tax waivers that were accrued and that were waived away by President Buhari for no reason have been brought back in check. There will be analysis, there will be scrutinies, and these legislators that are in charge of this particular committee in the National Assembly will see to it. By the grace of God, let's hope that they see to it that everything that has been actually waived as regards this tax waivers issue by Buhari will be brought to reality. Let us know what we are paying for. Let us know what all these little charges are for. Let me allow you listen to the representative of those in charge of this probe, so you'll understand what they want to do and what it means for Nigerians. Stay tuned.
We need to look into this issue of tax waivers, tax incentives given to companies. The purpose of giving them is to see that at least they contribute or they bring their own quota towards the development of the economy of the nation. But unfortunately, there are some gaps and leakages. That is why this committee is created, to see that how we are going to fill the gaps, to make sure that at least Nigeria didn't depend on borrowing. Because if there is gap in the issue of tax, we'll face a lot of challenges. That's what leads us to be borrowing. We are trying to see that we, at least if we didn't eradicate, we at least see that we reduce to a minimal level, that at least what's supposed to be done as far as tax incentives and waivers is concerned, we have.
All right. That is it. You've heard it all. And, well, we'll continue to probe this, because even from the bank charges, I think when Godwin Emefiele was exposed during a particular interview session by Alhaji or Honorable Gudaje Kazaure at the Brekete family, if you follow that program so well, he actually he exposed the little charges by banks that were unprecedented. Okay, these charges were actually not for although for obvious reasons, these charges were for fraudulent reasons, because from what he said, whatever Godwin Emefiele was doing and whatever they made these banks do, charging lots of amounts of money, little by little, 50 naira, 20 naira, 100 naira here, this particular move by the banks was very wrong. I think there was a way this same case was coined. It is going to be understood more by the economists and the accountants. But let's link it to what we're seeing now, all right? From what we're saying, or from what that lawmaker said there, Glo, MTN, and other companies like Dangote and all that would have to explain why tax waivers policy or thereabouts was granted to them by President Muhammadu Buhari, and how they have fared over time. Because if it was granted to them, that means they pay lesser tax. Okay, and if they pay lesser taxes, that means Nigerians pay indirectly through charges. All right, so let's hope this perfects and this becomes a reality. Thank you so much. Please like our videos, share them. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section. Please, if you're watching me for the first time, subscribe to this channel, and subscribe also to whatever you think is important to you on this platform. Yes, because we give you positive news, so you have to subscribe to the fact that you love us and you would like to make us go viral. Tap the notification bell too, so that we'll get to link up anytime, any day. See you next time. Bye.